Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm GhostPrime, and today I want to take a look at Earthspark Megatron. Now, I got this guy off shopgoodwill.com, not sponsored or anything, and it was real cheap. There was a bunch of them up there for dirt cheap, and they just came out, so I have no idea why. I haven't seen them in stores yet. No idea why that they were on there. It just really interesting. But I finally got him in the mail today, and I wanted to check him out. Now, I actually like his characterization in the show. He is a good guy if you haven't watched the show, which is interesting. They don't really show a backstory, but there's a little bit of hints that he was the big baddie, and there's definitely something going on there, and that's something I think I would like to see them explore later on, which they know they're going to. So I'm interested to see. They've caught my interest a little bit with that. The show's not terrible. It's got a good production value, and I'm seeing where it goes right now. But as for the toy, I like the way the toy looks. I like what he transforms into, and I think it's kind of cool. Anyway, if this is your first time here, please remember to subscribe. If you're just watching me and haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the bell for notifications. Leave me a comment. What do you think of Earthspark? What do you think of this Megatron in particular? What do you think of the designs of the toys and the characters? Because they are kind of different. I love comments, so please leave me a comment. Without any further ado, let's get to the review. All right, here he is in the packaging. And like I said, he's really small. He does come with no plastic here, but you can see the figure. And he's got his robot mode there. If you get up close here, there's a Build-A-Figure for Mandroid. I love that name. It's ridiculous. On the side, you got the characters here. And then you have Mandroid. So it says Build-A-Figure. On the back, it shows 11 steps to get him into his helicopter VTOL mode. There he is in robot mode. And you have all the different characters in the line with all the different parts. Nothing on the bottom. Price tag, I don't know what that is. Like I said, I got it from Goodwill. On the top, again, here is the picture of all the characters. And yeah, so let's this guy opened up and out of the package. All right, here he is, opened up and out of the package with all his accessories. Now, in the back, in a little baggie with Autobot logos on it, you will find these two pieces. This is one of Mandroid's arm. Man, I can't say that without laughing. Mandroid's arm. Notice there's no elbow articulation, but he does have a ball joint right there. And he comes with his fusion cannon, a set of instructions, which I gotta say are fairly clear, easy to follow. And the main event, the figure himself. Not getting up close on this guy. Here's the sculpt work. I'm not sure they actually captured the face because it's just tiny, teeny tiny. But he looks kind of like a sad Megatron. He looks like, I used to be a Decepticon, and now I'm not. I'm so sad. But, I mean, some of the paintwork here, he's got red. He's got some silver paint that shows up. Looks like most is red and silver with the blue and the purple for the logo there. I'm down. Now, this is kind of weird that these are painted, but this part isn't. I think that's kind of a disjointed thing. If you look on the side here, on the back, some more black shows up. Super hollow with the legs. I imagine this is what a Cyberverse figure kind of looks like. There's his feet. So the cannon can actually attach right here. It goes like that. That's his fusion cannon. Let's go ahead and put the Mandroid arm off to the side for now, till I maybe get all the characters. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's do some like size comparisons real quick, so I can show you just how small this guy is. Here he is with Siege Megatron. Just get an idea of just how small this guy really, really is. I don't know why Megatron won't stand up, but look at that. I mean, it's a tiny figure. I think this was a $30 figure, and this is $25. I mean, look at the difference. It's a huge difference. In size. It's just, there's nothing to this little one. So he's definitely more in line with a deluxe scale. And by that, I mean, here's a small deluxe in Goldbug and Red Alert being a larger Deluxe. So I guess he's about the same height as a Red Alert. I guess Megatron makes him look small because he's supposed to be a big vehicle. But he's a lot less complex. I mean, as you can really see, there's a lot less plastic on this than there is on this. I think that says something. I don't have a scale right now, but I can feel that this one's super light in comparison. So let's move on to articulation. So his head is on a ball joint, can move up and down. And he kind of gets, I think, side to side. I think it's on a ball joint. Turns all the way around. Yeah, it's definitely on a ball joint. So his shoulders can move up. It's got kind of double jointed shoulders, so he can kind of move that far, which is pretty good. All the way around. He has no real bicep articulation, but he has a ball joint at the elbow, which gives him 90 degrees, which then he could turn because it's a ball joint. No, nothing at the wrist. This moves for transformation. No waist articulation whatsoever. His leg can go up. He kick that far. He's got a little back flap there, so he can move his leg. If you move that flap, he can move his leg pretty far back. He does have articulation in the thigh, which hollowness here. Over 90 degrees because of the hollow leg. Toe, he has ankle rockers this way and this way for a little bit. Nothing back and forth. So that's pretty much the articulation you can get out of him. I would like to see this character done larger because I think the design overall is pretty good. I like the character design, so I would like to see a larger version, which I would probably purchase. You know, I think that would be good. So for transformation, let's get his fusion cannon taken apart. And so what you want to do is, he has this whole fusion cannon here, and you can see a line down the middle. So you want to just pull that open and then set it aside for a second. So first things first, we're going to take his legs and push down his head. Pull that out so it extends his body. And then we could take his shoulders and move them in like this. And I found this very difficult to actually get in. These snap together. They're very hard to do. Oh, these also move down, but I'm trying to move that out of the way for a second to show you this. There we go. So put that back. So then we go ahead and rotate those out. Take these little hip flaps here, and there's like a little slot. You can see it right there on this tab. You kind of tab those together, like out, like this. So those are like that. That's what we have right there. Go ahead and move that up. Take the feet, the toes, collapse those in like that. And then the legs, move those out like so. And then fold those in together. And then there's tabs. You can see a tab here. That tab together, the legs. Then this piece goes right on top like that and holds the legs together. Kind of like what we have here. So the arms like this piece will move. And you want to take that piece down, rotate the entire arm so the fist is sticking on the outside, and tab these into these slots. Just like that. Same thing for the other side. Like that, and tab it into those slots. So here we have this. We're not done yet. So now you want to take the two halves of the blaster, and they're keyed. See, they're keyed differently. So this one is keyed like this. Put it like that. And then this one, so they can only go on the side they're supposed to. And that's how it is transformed into vehicle mode. And it is small in vehicle mode. Let's get kind of close up on it. See some of the detail and how this whole thing works and fits together. The blue shows up here. I think it's painted nicely. I think it looks good. The underside, not too bad on the underside. He has fake landing gear here, but I'm not going to fault him for that. The faux chest. I think otherwise, I think it looks okay. Maybe almost horseshoe crab looking VTOL. I would like if these moved, like rotated. That would be cool. Unfortunately, they just don't. Probably just because of the size. Like I said, this might be sort of Cyberverse-y. These do rotate. So let's do some size comparison real fast. There he is with red Sunstreaker. I think this gives a pretty good idea of just how small he is. Here he is next to another small yet expensive figure, the Origins Bumblebee. So Origins Bumblebee is close to that size, actually. A little smaller, but still, I think, feels like it's a little heavier without weighing it. All right, and final thoughts-wise, I think it's a little expensive for what you get. I think the design overall looks good. I think you could have really benefited from being a much larger figure with more articulation, because I think it deserves it. It's not a bad design overall. It is right in line for what it sets out to do, though, which is to make a kid's cartoon figure. And it cleans up pretty well. There's very, very little kibble. Super hollow back here. But overall, I think he looks good. In that line, I think it is what it needs to be, and really nothing more. They don't go the extra mile for these. And you can tell they really have been with Generations lately, because this shows that there are two separate markets they are targeting. This is definitely targeted for kids. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time in the next review.